Hi y'all, today we're making loaded baked potato casserole. Now you're going to start off with 4 pounds potatoes. Yep, 4 pounds. But that's only about 9 medium potatoes. Now you can see here that my potatoes are different sizes. You do want to try to keep them as close to being the same size as possible so they all cook evenly. I microwave mine to bake them. I did 10 minutes on each side. The original recipe that this is from called for baking them in the oven. And yes, this is someone else's recipe. It started out as a Paula Deen recipe. I believe it probably went through a couple of changes before it got to me. So I don't know how close to the original it really is. Now I've got the potatoes here after they've been baked and cooled. You do need to set them out to cool after they bake. And now I'm trying to mash them. But it's hard to do it dry, so I've put in now the 1 stick of butter or half cup of butter. You can use margarine as well. And I'm attempting to mash them, but it is hard here. There's a lot of potatoes and not a lot of moisture. And I wasn't sure, since this is the first time that I had done this recipe, if I could add a little bit of milk. And now I know that you could have added a little bit of milk. So now I'm adding an 8-ounce package of cream cheese, which also desperately needs a little milk to help in the stirring. So a splash of milk won't hurt anything. So go ahead and do that if you want to. So you're going to flounder a little bit here in trying to stir this. But it can be done. I did it this way without adding anything, so it can be done. It's just a little difficult. Alright, and here comes the sour cream. A pint of sour cream. Now that will help with the stirring, because it's kind of light and smooth, and it does help with the stirring. But this recipe was suggested to me by several people as something that I've just got to do. So I went ahead and did it, and hoping you'll like it and that I would like it, because I wasn't sure. And it does turn out very nice. Now this sour cream is going to be one of your dominating ingredients. The recipe is going to end up tasting a lot of sour cream. Now here's a cup of shredded cheddar cheese. You can buy just a block of cheese and shred it yourself, or buy it when it's really on a great sale, which is what I did here. So on a really good sale, already shredded for me. Yeah, a lot of the markets will sell their shredded cheese, like buy one get one free, and just really good deals on it. And you can always put it in the freezer. So I like to watch for deals on cheese. So anyway, and I'm getting in a lot of trouble with my friends for saying on these videos. I gotta watch myself. So here we go, putting in half a teaspoon of pepper, half a teaspoon of salt, and in just a second, we're gonna have 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, and that is the garlic that comes in the jars that I get mine at Dollar Tree. Can't say enough about Dollar Tree. Everybody should check Dollar Tree out. They have bargains on everything, and everything is $1. Alright, so now we've got even more stuff to stir in this bowl. And it's what it's like is kind of like a cake icing, that just one of those really, really stiff cake icings that it's just really hard to stir. But it turns out great in the end. And so that's kind of what we're doing here. Now, when you've got it all mixed, you're going to put it in a 13 by 9 inch baking dish. You're going to spray it first, and then bake it for 15 to 20 minutes at 350 Fahrenheit. And now while that bakes, you're going to cut 8 to 10 slices of bacon into little pieces here. Or you can crumble it after it's already cooked, either way. And now I'm putting this in here to cook. And the original recipe, or at least the recipe that came to me, called for 6 slices of bacon. But with the size of that casserole dish, there is no way that this is 6 slices. It has to be at least 8. 10 probably would be even better. I'm cooking 8, and just to see how it would be. Now this is the casserole now out of the oven. And we're adding the 1 cup of shredded cheese that was for the top. And you will be able to see that it's really not a lot. for the size dish that this is. And like I said, the 1 cup in the casserole is not a whole lot. You're not really getting any cheese flavor. And that's the thing. With all of these ingredients, they're great ingredients. Oh, here it is now out of the oven. And you can see it's not a lot of cheese. But all of these ingredients, the only one that really stands out is the sour cream. There's just not enough of the other things to really stand out. Now, instead of chives, I use these green onions. Because they were so much cheaper. The chives were over $3. The green onions were 79 cents. And it's just a garnish. And actually, you eat them, and it was fine. They were very good. Now, here's the bacon that we cooked just a minute ago. And you can see if I had used less bacon, there just wouldn't have been enough. It wouldn't have looked right. It would have looked really not completely done. It would have looked like there was something missing. But anyway, it was a good dish. It tastes good. Let me know if you make it. And thank you for watching. And as always, you've been in the kitchen with Dinah.